Once upon a time, in a magical land filled with talking animals and mystical creatures, there lived a little dinosaur named Little Dino. Dino was no ordinary dinosaur. He had bright green scales that shimmered like emeralds, a tail that swished back and forth like a metronome, and most notably, a heart full of kindness and adventure. Dino lived with his mom and dad in a cozy cave near a sparkling waterfall. His mom, Mama Dino, was the best baker in the land, and her delicious dino bread was famous throughout the valley. Meanwhile, Papa Dino, with his powerful tail and booming voice, was the protector of their small Dino family. Every morning when the sun peeked over the tall trees, Dino would wake up before everyone else and sneak out of the cave to explore the enchanted forest nearby. He loved playing hide-and-seek with the playful squirrels, having races with the speedy rabbits, and listening to the wise old owl share stories from days gone by. Dino dreamed of one day having his own exciting adventures and being as brave as the legendary dinosaurs he heard about in the stories. One day, while Dino was playing by the babbling brook that ran through the forest, he came across a clearing he had never noticed before. In the middle of the clearing stood a magnificent oak tree with leaves that sparkled silver in the sunlight. As Dino approached the tree, he heard a tiny voice calling out for help. "Please, can someone help me? I'm stuck up here." Dino looked up and saw a little squirrel trapped high above him in the branches. The squirrel explained that she had climbed up the tree to gather acorns for her family's winter stash, but now she was too scared to come back down. "I'm just a little Dino, but I want to help," said Dino, determined to be brave like the dinosaurs of old. He looked around for something he could use to help the squirrel and spotted a long vine hanging from the oak tree. With a deep breath, Dino wrapped the vine around his horns and swung himself up towards the squirrel, reaching the branch where she was trapped. Dino carefully untangled her, and the grateful squirrel quickly scampered down the tree and back into the safety of her home. As Dino made his way back home, he felt a sense of pride and accomplishment wash over him. He had faced his fears and helped someone in need, just like the heroic dinosaurs he had heard about. When his mom and dad asked him about the scratch on his arm, Dino proudly told them about his adventure and how he had been just like the great herbivores from the stories. That night, as Dino snuggled into his bed of soft moss, he thought about the kind and helpful dinosaurs he had learned about from his dad. He realized that being a hero didn't mean being big or scary, but rather having a kind heart and helping those in need. The next morning, Dino woke up before sunrise and raced to the forest, eager to start a new adventure. But to his surprise, he found the usually playful forest animals huddled together, looking scared and worried. "What's wrong?" Dino asked, his heart pounding with concern. A timid rabbit hopped forward and explained that someone had stolen the magic berries from Old Man Willow, the wisest tree in the forest. These berries were no ordinary fruit. They held magical powers that brought happiness and good fortune to those who ate them. Without them, Old Man Willow would lose his magical powers and the forest would be plunged into darkness and gloom. "Who would do such a thing?" cried Dino, outraged at the thought of someone harming the forest and its inhabitants. The animals shook their heads, too frightened to speak. Suddenly, Dino had an idea. He remembered hearing tales from his dad about a secret path that led to the Whispering Caves, a place where all sorts of magical creatures lived. Maybe if he could find the person or creature responsible for stealing the berries, he could get them back and save the forest. With newfound determination, Dino set off on his journey. He followed winding paths, crossed gurgling streams, and climbed over mossy rocks, always keeping an eye out for any sign of the missing berries or the thief who had taken them. As he ventured deeper into the forest, the trees grew taller and the air grew cooler. Soon Dino found himself standing before a cave hidden behind a curtain of shimmering water. This had to be the entrance to the Whispering Caves, he thought. Taking a deep breath, Dino pushed aside the vines and stepped inside. The inside of the cave was dark and damp, and Dino could hear strange noises echoing from the shadows. Just as he was about to turn back, he saw a glimmer of light up ahead. With a surge of hope, he walked toward the light, wondering if it would lead him to the stolen berries. As he rounded a bend in the tunnel, Dino found himself in a large cavern, and what he saw made his jaw drop in surprise. In the center of the room sat a tiny mouse nibbling on a piece of cheese. The mouse looked up and squeaked in surprise. "Why, hello there," said Dino cautiously. "I was just taking these berries back to Old Man Willow when you interrupted me," squeaked the mouse, holding up a small handful of glistening purple berries. "You found the thief!" Dino exclaimed, feeling a mixture of triumph and disbelief. But why would a tiny mouse steal such important berries? The mouse sighed. "It wasn't me who stole the berries, but my sister. She planned to use the magic they held to become the most powerful creature in the forest. But I knew it would only bring darkness to our home, so I took them back. Please don't tell anyone, or she might get angry and I won't be able to stop her then." Dino nodded understandingly. He knew that sometimes even the smallest creatures could do bad things, but he was glad that the mouse had chosen to do the right thing. Together, Dino and the mouse raced back to the forest, the berries safely in hand. When they reached Old Man Willow, the grateful tree used his magic to restore happiness and prosperity to the land once more. The animals cheered, thanking Dino and the mouse for their bravery and kindness. Dino felt a warmth spread through him as he saw the smiles return to the animals' faces. He realized that being a hero didn't require great strength or sharp claws, but rather a willingness to help others and stand up for what was right. From that day on, Dino continued to explore the enchanted forest, always ready to help those in need. He became known throughout the land as Little Dino, the kind-hearted dinosaur, a true hero with a heart of gold. And every night before he went to sleep, he would look up at the stars and dream of his next exciting adventure, knowing that no matter what challenges lay ahead, he had the courage and kindness to overcome them. So whenever you hear a tale of bravery and kindness, remember the story of Little Dino, the dinosaur who ventured into the magical forest and discovered that even the smallest creature can be a hero with a big heart. And if you enjoyed this enchanting story, don't forget to stay tuned for more magical adventures. Sweet dreams, little ones. Until next time.